Okay, in this part of the section, we're going to be working with composite figures. A composite figure is made up of triangles, squares, rectangles, semicircles, or other two-dimensional figures. Here are some examples. So it's where we're taking information that we already know. So the first one, we have a square and a triangle. The second one is a rectangle and a semicircle. And then we're going to go through and actually find perimeters on these. So to find the perimeter of them, you're going to find the distance around each of those figures. Remembering that when they are pieced together, this part right here is not on the outside, so it is not considered part of the perimeter. Okay, that is a very common mistake, is they'll go through and find, as if they have a rectangle and a semicircle, they'll find the perimeter of each of those and add them together. But you have to remember, those pieces that are not on the outside of the figure are not included in our final answer. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and work with, first of all, using a grid. So here they're going to ask us to estimate the perimeter with a grid, with grid paper. So they've put a figure on grid paper. They're asking us to find the perimeter. That's that distance around the outside. This is a very visual way of us of being able to understand perimeter. Okay, so this figure consists of a rectangle and a triangle. If I were to split it right there, you can see the rectangle on the left and the triangle on the right. But remember, that red line that's there is not part of the perimeter. So we're not really counting those 4 blocks when we go through to find our perimeter. Okay, the other piece of information that you need to understand is that when you have a diagonal, we are going to estimate the diagonal length to be about 1.5 units, because a diagonal is a longer distance than one of our side edges. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and count. So you'll notice that they already pre-counted here that this part right here was 20. Okay, and then when they went through to do the diagonals, they counted those separate. So when they did that, there were 4 diagonals here and 4 here, which gave them a total of 8. So then they're going to take that 8 times 1.5. So if I take 8 times 1.5, my diagonals themselves are going to be 12 units total. 8 times 1.5 gives me 12. Final step is we are going to go ahead and add these two together. So 20 plus 12 gives me approximately 32 units. Okay, and we're just going to put units for a label because they didn't say if these were inch or centimeter. So we're just going to put units for our label. Okay, so remembering, you're going to count the outside edge. Take note, I did not count any of this. That's not on the outer edge of our shape. Okay, diagonals are 1.5. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to count our flat edges. Okay, so here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 7 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's a total of 14 that are straight edges. Now I'm going to count my diagonals, and I have to remember to take this times 1.5. So here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 3 here, 3 here. 1, 2, 3. So there's another 3. 1, 2, 3. There's another 3. So I have a total of 12. Now I have to remember, I'm going to take that 12 times 1.5. Okay, so 12 times 1.5 gives me 18. And yes, you can use your calculator for that. Final step, we're going to go ahead and add these together. So 14 plus 18 gives me 32. Okay, and then we don't have units there. So we're just going to, or we don't have a certain unit, we're just going to say units. Okay, so let's try another one of those. Notice I'm somebody very tactile. I have to kind of touch each one. It makes it easier for me to make sure that I've counted them correctly, but that is up to you. So I want you guys to go ahead, pause your video and work your way through this one and then restart your video and check yourself. Okay, you should have ended up with 33.5 units. And you'll notice as I was working my way around, I did forget that 3 up at the top. I did remember to add those back in. Okay, so working with this, your straight edges are going to be a single unit. Diagonal units you're thinking of as 1.5 units. So you'll have to count those and then take that times 1.5. Your final step is to add them together.